Don't tell me not to cry over spilled milk. You fucking pieces of shit. When I make a mess, I clean it up. It is really annoying when I make a mess. It happens often. Okay, yes. Why don't you drink the milk? Go ahead, drink it. Drink it. You clean it up for me, Paisley. Look at that shit. My video camera happened to be right there. You know, I was like, you have to document this, Amy. You have to document it. Okay. Vortex, you are going in the microwave once again. How does this shit happen? I don't want to say it only happens to me because it doesn't only happen to me. This kind of shit happens to everybody. But it seems to happen to me quite often. You know? Whoa! Jesus Christ! Ugh! Fair life my ass. This is unfair life. Oh my god. You just put some fabuloso on that bitch. That's all you gotta do, baby. Maybe this is God's funny way of telling you that you need to mop the floor again. You know, it's funny. I was just trying to enjoy a glass of healthy ass ultra filtered milk that took extraordinary care and comfort of their cows. That's all I was trying to do. That's all I was trying to do. And this is the kind of shit that happens. It is funny though. You know that this is funny. Like this isn't not funny. Oh god. I was fucking annoyed. I'm so annoyed by the way that my life is. Do you guys ever just like have those days where you're like, fuck my life? You know, I mean, I know that a lot of people have those days and they're for completely different reasons than reasons such as this. But like, I just wish that, sometimes I just wish that I wasn't such a complicated person. Because I swear, like, this kind of stuff doesn't happen to people that aren't like me. You know, like I'm the kind of person that like wears a white shirt and gets hot sauce on it. I'm the kind of person that like always makes the mess, like no matter what. And every single time that I try to leave my house on time, I always end up losing my keys or I get stuck in traffic or some shit like that. And I'm not trying to play the victim, but I'm just saying this is fucking stressful. Anyway. It is funny though. You know it's funny. Don't act like it's not funny. It's hilarious. It is funny. How could it not be funny, oh Lord? How could it not be funny? Good thing you got fabuloso, right? No, but this kind of shit, it just always happens. Like, I always end up making a mess. And I have this motto that I live by because messes happen so very often for me. That, you know, you can make as big a mess as you want as long as you are willing and ready to clean it up, okay? But a lot of these messes are not premeditated, okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't expect these sort of things, Amy. Sometimes milk just flies up. What the fuck? Sometimes milk just flies out of your hand and goes fucking everywhere. Sometimes that shit just happens, right? Well, it only happens to me! Seriously. In the history of time, I highly doubt that this shit has happened to anybody other than crazy people. You know? Because, like, there's some sort of sense that people have, you know, like, when I say I have uncommon sense, like, I can figure out who's lying, I can figure out, you know, who's full of shit, I can figure out who's going to win a presidential election, I can figure out, you know, like, when somebody's tipping point is going to occur, I can figure out why society fucking sucks, I can figure out specific ways that people will think of themselves as a victim of some sort, ways that people will manipulate situations, ways that people will try to get out of taking responsibility. I can figure all that shit out. It's very easy to understand. But I can't figure out how to get a good grip on a container of milk. It just pisses me off, but I guess it's like, you know, this is what happens. And I shouldn't take it for granted, right? But it's just fucking annoying! Alright. You need to squeeze all the milk out of it, or you're just gonna be mopping with milk. I hate that shit! I fucking hate it! And the thing is, you can ask people I work with, mopping is not my forte. Like, I really suck at mopping. Like, I'm really good at a lot of stuff, and I know that, like, with practice, you get better at it. Well, I have worked at several restaurants, and I've mopped several floors, and I have still not gotten any better at this shit. Alright. Fabuloso in action. I need to take out that rug. I think you should wash it, just to make sure that it doesn't smell like milk, because that'd be really gross if, like, your rugs smell like sour milk, you know? For obvious reasons, that would be grody. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got things that they suck at. Everybody's got things that they're particularly good at, you know? And so yesterday I figured out that there are a lot of things that I hate in this world, but at the very top of that list is Nutella. Fuck Nutella, okay? And fuck people that eat Nutella thinking that it's fucking nutritious. Like, oh, this is a nutritious snack. No, the fuck it's not. First of all, it has palm oil in it. Palm oil has fucking GMOs in it. So, you think you're being healthy, but you're just eating genetically modified crappity crap. And it actually looks like crappity crap.
And whenever you fuck with it, it fucks with you. Because it's like motherfucking kudzu. I know because I have to make Nutella shakes all the time. That was probably the worst decision that Steak and Shake ever made, was adding Nutella to the list of milkshake possibilities. Fuck Steak and Shake for that shit. It gets everywhere. And if you got somebody with a peanut allergy, I mean, that person's gonna die. Straight up. Because it's kudzu, man. It's like fucking slime. Like, it gets all over the tins, it gets all over the, like if you squeeze it out. And I have some of this shit too, man. Bagels love Nutella. No, fuck they don't. Fuck bagels. Contains tree nuts, milk, and soy. See, I've had to make so much with this product. Like, I've had to, well, not so much, like, so many things. I did mainly one thing, just milkshakes, but I fucking hate it. And they want us to, like, squeeze it on the top to make it look pretty, but there's no way that you can squeeze Nutella on top of a milkshake and make it not look like doggy doo-doo. Fuck that shit. Dude, I had such high resolve. Like, I was cleaning, and I was like, alright, you need to take a break. You need to take a break and, like, eat yourself a sandwich and drink a glass of milk, and look at what happens. Well, at least now it'll smell really good. It'll smell like fucking, fabuloso instead of, you know, milk. Milk. Well, shit. I might as well mop the whole damn floor, right? Because I'm already doing it. But yeah. Sorry, this is just a fuck day for me. You know, I said this to a coworker of mine today. I said, you know, you ever have days where you just feel absolutely useless? It was like today was definitely one of those days. So, you know, clearly, this is an off day. But, I know this is not the first time, whoa, that y'all have witnessed me mopping the floor. I did this shit at Wendy's. You know, I hated my job at Wendy's, but I still miss my job at Wendy's. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how I'll, like, miss something really shitty. I'll miss something shitty before I'll miss something good. Like, remember like, for like over a year, I just had panic attacks thinking about going into work, and whenever I go into work, I just complain, but you know, it wasn't like that shitty of a job. I mean, of all jobs in the world, I mean, there are a lot of fucking shitty jobs, way shittier than Wendy's. It's just, jobs are shitty because of the people you have to deal with. Like, the line of work really wasn't that bad. It was just the caliber of individuals that you have to deal with in a drive-thru. And the cool thing about Steak and Shake is, like, you can bounce around and do a bunch of different shit. So you're not stuck on one station. Mainly because it's a DIY restaurant, and so you're sort of forced to do a bunch of other people's jobs. Oh, and by the way, that motherfucker that I was complaining about, that was told a whiny bitch, fat ass white boy, fucking quit. Booyah. It's so funny. He wouldn't stop whining the other night. And so my general manager, like, sat him down and tried to talk him out of it. Mainly because she didn't want to do his job. And he told her that he would, like, try to stick it out, and then, like, he quit the next day. Not like anybody's really upset about it. But, yeah, it's just funny. I kept trying to tell people, I'm like, you know, with this particular job, the people that don't want to work will eventually leave because they won't be able to handle it. And nobody liked working with him, and he knew it. But he could never understand why. He could never understand how he was the problem. I'm sorry about these camera angles, by the way. I know they're fucking obnoxious. Just like me. But, yeah, so, whiny little bitch left. Something that I want to talk about that I think is really funny. Okay, so, there's been a lot of talk about, like, identity. And I was thinking about, you know, in regards to, like, politics and stuff, like, identity is something that is, like, constantly being brought up now. And so it's like, if you criticize somebody and somebody hears you criticize that person and they don't agree with you, they don't agree with where you are politically, or they don't agree with your, like, your opinion, like, no matter what it is, they'll make it about that person's identity. And they'll say, like, oh, well, you're just saying that because you're a racist. But that's ridiculous, because, like, if you were saying something negative about somebody else that happened to be of the same identity, and, like, you agreed with them, like, you wouldn't be talking about that, you know? Like, for example, if I were to criticize Barack Obama, somebody would say that I'm racist for that. But if I were to criticize Ben Carson, that would be fine, right? Because he's not really black. Well, he's an Uncle Tom. Well, personally, I think that Barack Obama sold out way more. Like, unrelated to politics, though, what's interesting about identity is that if you're criticizing somebody, it seems like you draw attention to a negative attribute that they might possess. Like, for example, I don't have a problem with overweight people. A lot of my friends are overweight. And this manager, this dude who thought he was a manager anyway, that just recently quit, like, he was a bigger dude. And, you know, whenever people would complain about him, they'd be like, talking about his fat ass. Now, if he was a likable person and people enjoyed working with him, they wouldn't say that because nobody would care. But it's just like a way for you to knock that person even more. Like, that's why women, whenever they have an issue with another woman, they knock that bitch's physical appearance because they know that the women are particularly insecure about their physical appearance. And women are vultures. So, anyway, in relation to Obama. So my friend Steven, who's black, by the way, he's a black dude who loves Trump. Just let that sink in. He was talking about Obamacare last night. Like, we were all bitching about it. And by the way, Obamacare sucks. Like, for those of us in the restaurant industry, like, it negatively impacted us because it meant that we had to get another job, because this is the way that society works, okay? If there's a policy and people don't want to follow it, they're going to go out of their way to not have to follow it, okay? So it really doesn't make sense to provide health care to employees with a high, like, at a job where there's a high turnover. And there is no place with a higher turnover than a restaurant, okay? So if you have somebody coming in to work and they're only going to be there for like 3 weeks, if that, because, I mean, you just never know. Like, even if somebody says, yeah, I'm going to stay with this company forever. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, that's the problem with liberal policies, is they don't, like, weigh in, you know, life, reality, shit like that. Like, you don't know, like, your wife could get pregnant, you might want another job, or maybe your mom gets cancer and you have to move so you can be with her, or you just get sick of the job and walk out and you get a better offer or something like that. So it's really stupid to offer healthcare to somebody that you don't even know is going to stay with the company. That's why most companies offer it after a year, because that person's reliable. Well, because this Obamacare crappity crap, businesses weren't allowing people to work over 28 hours, because if they work over 28 hours, that means that they were legally obligated to provide them health insurance. And so that's why people were working 2 or 3 jobs. So, thank God for Trump. Like, a lot of people are really mad about that, but I'm like, dude, like, you don't see it from, like, the bigger picture standpoint. Like, shit doesn't work out, man. Especially if you're a business owner. I just think it's fucked up that, like, there would be a law that would force you as a business owner to offer your employees certain things. Like, from a more socialist perspective, it'd be like, no, but that's fair. You're providing health care. You're being a good, noble employer. That's what all the businesses should do. I mean, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't own a business, bitch. You don't own a business. Like, once you own a business, then you can talk about that shit. I mean, I don't have to own a business to know that's not fair. Okay? Anyway. I always end up bitching about politics, do I not? Steven. So we were all bitching about Obamacare last night. And Steven goes, now, of course, I couldn't say this, because if I said this, I'd be a racist. But the point that I was making earlier about how you reference somebody's identity whenever you want to bitch about them. Well, this motherfucker goes, Obama, his black ass. See, I couldn't say that. But he can. Yes, he can. Now, I liked what Obama pretended to stand for, but I was always against that healthcare policy. I still voted for him anyway. I still campaigned for him, but I disagreed with that because I was like, man, that's fucked up. Like, even if the intentions are good, it's still fucked up. You shouldn't force stuff. Like, I feel like this is just blatantly obvious, but it's not. It's not obvious to people. They think that, oh, but it's good. If it's good, it should be forced. Honey, if it's good, it will prove itself to be good, and more people will want to do it because of how good it is. So obviously it's not good, or it wouldn't have to be mandatory. Okay? I'm getting that on a motherfucking t-shirt soon. So I gotta be careful though, because I'm getting like another paycheck. I just received a paycheck tonight that was like $100. And I'm trying to be responsible, but it's really hard. But at least I didn't cry over spilled milk, right? Bye.